For generations, African Americans have strengthened our nation by urging reforms, overcoming obstacles, and breaking down barriers. Unfortunately, educational discrimination based upon race poses a major obstacle to many African Americans. Racism is one of the most common obstacles that African Americans face in the world today. Essentially, my senior project focuses and emphasizes on obstacles that African Americans face in the world today.
I did, and again, I think at different points in my life, um, I was more attuned to it. I think at that point in my life, it was more so, it was felt more so along the lines of the social aspects. So not being invited to certain parties. I went to a Catholic high school, and or not being asked to this event or not being asked to that event. And quite honestly, I had one incident where this guy, and I actually thought he was really nice or whatever, and we'd sit next to each other, and we had a peer ministry group. And he told me one day, you're really nice and I really like you and I'd like to date you, but you're black, so I can't. Some of the obstacles I ended up, and this typically happens, is that people, when they face racial obstacles, they internalize it. So that means that they take it upon themselves and they think that somehow they're inadequate or it's their fault, or you just have to work harder and plug through and you'll shift beyond. It affects you in terms of being able to get through the system.
Overcoming obstacles such as racism is a major part in all African Americans' lives. Despite numerous efforts to alleviate it, racism creates inquest, which makes many wonder what the future holds for African Americans.
Some of that stuff just made me that much more stronger. It made me that much more focused, that much more determined. And my attitude was, how dare these people think that I'm not competent and I can't do X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to get it. Or I would see something and say, that's mine. I'm going to get that A in this class. I'm going to write this paper that is going to be better than anybody else's. I think in some ways it made me, it contributed to my level of confidence.
Historical, economic, or social disparity is alleged to be a form of discrimination caused by past racism, affecting the present generation through deficits in formal education and kinds of preparation in parents' generation through primarily unconscious racist attitudes and actions on members of a general population. I believe that ethnic racism stands out and is still a major issue in the world today.